Okay, we're recording. Beautiful. This is going to be a basic, really quick tutorial on how to get your robot set up for basic competition. Okay, this is going to be addressing strictly the drivetrain. I'm going to do another video focused on limit switches and other control stuff. This is how to make your robot work on the right drivetrain, basically how to get motors to run up and down your arm, that sort of stuff. We're not going to get into limit switches. We're not going to get into any sensors quite yet. Okay, so let's get started. One thing about my tutorials really quickly, I have a funny setting on my computer. When I hit control, it does this. So I can point to stuff and tell you where to click. I find it's kind of helpful. So, we'll minimize this thing. Oh, okay, beautiful. You're going to want to go ahead and open EasyC V4 for Cortex. There's a couple other additions on other computers and stuff around the school. So make sure we're using 4 Cortex. I need to go to bed. Okay, now it looks scary. I know. I mean, it's not iTunes. It's just slightly less complicated than that. I hate iTunes. I don't know why. Anyways, here's what you need to know. Don't click on this one. We're doing a new competition project. New competition project. New competition project. I said it 3 times. You can't mess up. Enter your team number in here. 4148Z. That's my fake name. I don't know. So, beautiful. Click OK. Now here's some kind of basic rundown. Start page. Don't click there. Main. Don't click there either. You really don't need to mess with any of this stuff. Installation. Don't need to click there. It's going to mess you up. Autonomous mode. You need to click there when you're doing autonomous mode. Right now, we're not clicking there. Right now, you need to click on operator control. This is going to be what your robot will do during teleoperated or operator control period, whatever you want to call it. Anything you put between these two pointy arrow things is going to control your RC code. That's what they're calling it over here. Basically, what's going to happen in Tele-Op. So we need to put some stuff in there. Before we actually paste any of this stuff in there, let's go take a look at our plan to remember what we're doing. I think this is, there should be a, no, it's not in this one. Oh boy, I shouldn't have showed you that. Oh, this is it here. So this is our engineering notebook we got going on, and this is a table we've made that's going to explain the basics of what motor we're plugged into. In this case, I'm going to be programming the left 2 motors. Okay, the left 2 motors right here. So we're going to start off with left motor 1. It's plugged into port 1, and it's set up on channel 2 on the joystick. Okay, so let's go over here. Now, it's set up on channel 2. What we're going to need to do is go ahead and open up the joystick right there. Now, it's going to be confusing. There's some top options here that exist and will work, but don't work very well. You want the best. So, grab joystick to motor. Click that, drag it right on in here. Got to drag it right in between these two. Right? Be very precise. It's kind of finicky about that. And here we can see the comment box, kind of where we're going to provide some information is in here. Now, joystick 1 or 2. 1 is going to be the primary driver joystick. 2 is going to be the partner joystick. In this case, it's the drivetrain, so it's going to be joystick number 1. Transmitter channels. Well, my whole spreadsheet explains that again. Left motor 1 left is going to be port 2, channel 3. It's on the left side of the joystick, so it kind of makes some sense. Oh, that's not it. There we go. So, what did I say? Joystick 1, channel what? 3. Good job. Motor what? I don't remember either. Motor, or port number 2. Invert direction, what that's going to do is we can change that to a 1 or a 0. It's just going to do the opposite of what it's currently doing. Okay? And you can see here, default is 0, invert is 1. So if you press forward on your joystick and the robot goes backwards, you need to change that. Comment. Comments are super important. Super important. In this case, I'm going to put drive left 1 because it's motor 1 on the left side of the drivetrain. It's very important to leave a comment. Comments are what people always are like, comments make good code. Absolutely, because you can come back and you can fix stuff. It's not just random jargon at that point. Click OK. We can see a little jobber popped up there. Beautiful. We're going to duplicate that and add another. Drag it in right underneath. There we go. Joystick, what is it? 1, yup, tab down. What channel is it going to be on? Well, it's going to be on channel number 3. What motor is it going to be on? Well, it's going to be on motor, I can't remember either. We got to look that up. So we're on port 3. Or, yeah, port 6, channel 3. Don't let me get you confused. Okay, again, these are the channels on the joystick. These are the ports on the controller. Joystick, controller. Joystick, controller. Joystick, controller. Okay, so what motor was it? It was motor number 6. I'm forgetful. Invert direction? Not right now. And I'm going to keep the same nomenclature. Drive, if I can spell it right. And I can't. Look at that. Can't type. Drive, left. Gotta add a space in there. 2. Beautiful. I got both of my motors in there. You can repeat this for all your drivetrain things. Or you can add one in. Joystick to motor. We'll add this one in there. And we'll set this one up to drive that cam that you've seen on the test platform I have. Okay, drive the cam. So, what joystick is it? Well, it's joystick number 1. What channel is it? In this case, I don't know. I'll program it to channel 4. That's a side. That's a side movement. Motor, well, let's see what it is. Cam motor right there. It's going to be port 4. So port 4 on the transmitter, channel 5. Now, here's the tricky thing. Mr. Nobles, I can't put channel 5 in. Yeah, I know. Because this is a joystick. We need a button. Okay? We need a button. So, cancel. We're going to come in here. Cancel. I don't want to do this. Right here. Joystick digital to motor. Drag one of those jobbers in there. Hey, look at that. Joystick 1, channel 5, thing of beauty. Forward direction. Okay, so this is basically saying, am I hitting the top button or the bottom button? Okay, we're going to leave that just as it is for now, and all we need to change is what port it's plugged into on the joystick, and we can see that it's plugged into port number 4. Okay, so this is it. Again, if we go through this joystick right here, that's running drive motor number 1. This joystick right here, running drive motor number 2. I don't know what this is doing. Oh no, I'm going to freak out because I didn't put a comment. Double click on it, you can add a comment. Button. Oh, no. Now there's only one cam motor, but I'm going to add motor 1 just to keep that nomenclature. Okay? If I go in and add a second motor at some point, I can just make it number 2. It's as simple as that. I don't have to go back and change anything. Okay? Now one thing I want to talk about really quickly. You see here, it's negative 127. Okay? Negative 127. The negative defines the direction it's moving. The value defines how fast. Okay? So this is full speed forwards, full speed backwards. You can switch the negative. You can make, this one negative and that one positive if you want, just to invert the direction of travel. Okay? Also, maybe you don't want it full power. You can turn it down so it's only 50% forwards, 75% backwards, whatever. You have full free reign to adjust that. Think about this like a number line, folks. Okay, lastly, final thing. Come up here. So, you got your program all great and ready to go. Check all your values. Everything's commented up. You come up here. You save your project. Come on, basic stuff. Download and build. Right here, download and build. Okay, that's going to put it onto your Cortex. How I do this? I have my Cortex on. I have Novex Netkey in it. Orange cable connecting the Cortex to the laptop. Then I'm going to hit this button. You could absolutely do it, I believe, with the battery out. I think. I'm not 100% sure. So you could do it with the Cortex powered down, but for my sake, we'll try it this way. And this is compiling, so it's basically taking the information from the computer and slowly putting it on there, blah, blah, blah. Once I get this, it means I'm basically done. I can unplug. I can plug in my joystick. So we plug in my joystick. Now, once I plug in the joystick, I like to shut down the Cortex and turn it back on. So Cortex is on. I reset it. I'll wait for my 2 green lights on my Cortex. Sure enough, both of those motors are spinning in the same direction. You can hear it, hopefully. And now, motor number 5. Let's see if it runs it. And it does not. It appears as if... Yes, it appears as if my cam motor was plugged into the wrong port initially. But I can just go back to my document and check it. And there it is. Plugged into motor 4 and it works great. Of course, the limit switches aren't programmed on it yet, but that'll be another video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry it's a little long-winded. It's not the simplest thing on earth, so thanks for bearing with me.